Dragonettes. Hover your hearthy hearts into the Stinky Dragon and ingest our latest infusion. Bring home the beacon. It's a mixture of talkaholic tea leaves, candle wax wafers, fresh lumen slices, a breath of boiling water, topped with a little lampshade. One gulp of this glowing guzzler and you'll be flying off the candle in no time. Previously, our adventurers were crying through the cursed catacombs. After bouncing past boiling water, fencing with a phantom, and nicking a Nacra necklace, B-Team uncovered a cavernous cove with a colossal skull. But are there approaching footsteps from friends or foes? Dry yourself a drip and let's dive into this dank drama.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tales from the Stinky Dragon. I'm your Dungeon Master, Gustavo Sorola, and I'm going to hit our 4 players with an arrow.
Okay. Whoosh. It went past us. We skip it today. Back right into the game. Your aim is off.
No. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy. What's that guy's name? Yondu? It circles back around. It hits you anyway.
You've never rolled for attack on a single arrow.
I do. You just don't see them. It's hidden from the players.
It's being built up and we're all going to take the same hit at one point.
This was a crit, so you got to answer 2 questions. I'm sorry. That's just the way it goes. It's the dice, not me. Today's arrow is who has a tattoo and where is it and what does it mean? And if you don't have one, what would you get and where? Submitted by TGA Scythe.
Great question.
While we're rolling for initiative, you have to share about one of your tattoos, Gus.
I have an Atari logo tramp stamp.
John, I was going to say Tolv had an Atari tramp stamp and you ruined my bit. And now I can't use that joke. God!
That makes me so happy. He's so happy. He's making it better.
Now you got to think of something original.
I was for an old website we used to do before even before Rooster Teeth. We put a poll up. I was like, to try to drive traffic. It's like, I'll get a tattoo and let people vote on the poll, and had a bunch of options. And because of that poll, I got this tattoo.
Bodie McBoatface lost.
Yeah.
Did it work?
It was a pretty successful website. I mean, they did all right. It led to another website that was a little more successful.
Well, I guess did it drive traffic because
StinkyDragonPod.com is what you're talking about.
Yes, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I rolled a 9.
I rolled a 1, 10.
I rolled a 15.
So Bimmy, Blaine, John, Chris.
Blaine rolled a 1.
Oh, sorry, Chris.
He fudged it so he could go last since his question or his answer got derailed.
No, I don't know if I can. Oh, man, it rolled off. Okay, well.
Okay, so Bimmy, Chris, John, Blaine.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to another thrilling episode of Tales from the Stinky Dragon, where we learn all about our body modifications that you didn't know before. Wait, are me and Gus the only one with tattoos?
Yeah,
wow.
My body's a temple.
Gus, you and I are the bad boys.
Yeah, the bad boys are the Stinky Dragon.
New team name.
Let's do a Discord event where someone gets a tattoo just to drive traffic.
Woo! We should.
I'll do that with my mom in the Discord event next week.
Yeah. Which has already happened by the time you're listening to this. It was wonderful. So fun. Love Patty.
Yeah.
I'm Barbara Dunkelman, and I play Doug Boone, the male bugbear artificer who is at a level 5 that I keep forgetting that we leveled up not too long ago. And Doug Boone, listen, Doug does not have tattoos. That may surprise some of you here, mainly because it's pretty much impossible for Doug to get a tattoo and for anyone to see it with all the fur.
Oh.
You know?
I was going to say that the first half of what you said is incorrect, but the second half is very correct. We can shave you.
You can shave me down and then tattoo me, but then that's going to grow back real fast.
My headcanon is Doug is like the Santa Claus and the Santa Claus.
Exactly.
Where if you shave him, it just...
I was thinking of that Homer Simpson moment where he shaves and then he looks up in the mirror and it's his 5 o'clock shadow is back on.
Yep.
But, you know, I think if I were to get a tattoo and if I was able to actually have a tattoo and for people to see it, I think it would be a picture of my brother.
One of those.
Yeah. Just like his smiling face. Just so I could always see it.
I can't help but think of those, like, you ever see those things on like Reddit where it's a terrible tattoo of a hyper realistic looking face,
those.
but the teeth look like terrifying because they're individually detailed.
I love those.
I think I would get it kind of done in like a cartoon kind of version of him. You know, not a realistic version.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
We can make that happen with a stencil and some spray paint right now.
Again, the foot is going to be all over the place. Wouldn't look very good. But I do respect those who get tattoos because, boy, is that commitment.
It's forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Doug say where he would get that tattoo? I don't remember.
Oh, I think I'd get it right
Face
on my...
tattoo. He would just have his brother's face over his face.
Dice. Sick.
Instead I'd get my face on my face, but tattooed just an inch to the left. And I'd stand outside 3D movie theaters and be like, whoa! Good prank to put on people.
It's certainly a choice, yeah.
Doug, I would never call you two-faced.
Oh, look at that. But no, I think I would get it on my forearm.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Not your 5-arm?
Oh, no. There's no such thing as a 5-arm, Gus. That's silly. It's not a body part.
All right. Thank you, Doug.
Hi, I'm Chris Demarais, and I play Gunther, the male crookfolk fighter. And I have very many unintentional tattoos.
Unintentional?
Scars?
Oh, yes, that is the word.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they are. From my travels, as I've traveled and searched, and there have been people who have stabbed me, believe it or not. But other than that, my body is a temple. And so I just have the one tattoo of the temple on my body.
Where?
That is a secret place. I'm not to tell.
Ew.
That's so unlike you to not share information, Gunther. So do you not really understand the difference between scars and tattoos?
Is there much of a difference other than one is intentional and one is not?
Pretty sure there's a key difference here.
Well, they both look the same to me. That's how we do tattoos.
Does Gunther need glasses? Are you okay?
Do frogs have bad vision?
I mean, there are some tattoos you could get with like white ink that kind of look like skulls. But usually it's done with like a colored ink so you could actually see it. And skulls definitely usually don't have a color to them.
Unless you got stabbed with like a pen.
Yes.
That's just a tattoo, though.
You're right.
Exactly. But it is a secret temple, so I cannot say.
This ink has penetrated my skin. Scar.
Okay, so Gunther has a tattoo of a secret temple in a secret location.
Sacred temple. Secret and sacred. Yes.
Secret and sacred. Got it. Okay. Enlightening as always, Gunther. Thank you. Up next, I think we have Natty.
Hi, everybody. I'm John Rice here, and I play Natty Wonder, the Drow Warlock. And on the subject of tattoos, I gotta admit, I'm honestly covered in tattoos. I can't even name all the tattoos that I have. I got tattoos all over my body.
Whoa.
I'm just a canvas that's been painted on over and over again. I love it.
Are they not exposed? Can we not normally see them because of what you're wearing?
Yeah, I mean, I wear, my pants and my boots and my long sleeve gingham shirt. And
You do have a long sleeve shirt.
yeah, so they're actually just all over the place. My back is like a Sistine Chapel kind of situation.
Well, which is your favorite then, since you have so many?
So you have a temple as well.
It's a chapel.
I can't even pick my favorite because I'm just covered. Like, it's all things like skulls and gravestones and like burning places and rubble and, hellfire raining from the sky. Just, I got that stuff all over me.
Would you ever consider letting Giggy give you a tattoo, or has Giggy already given you a tattoo?
It's like a kid with a crayon on a wall.
I do like that idea. I'll have to find an empty spot for him to practice on.
Practice.
Maybe he can draw Doug's face 1 inch offset from your face on your face.
Oh my God.
Well, that's the one place I don't put tattoo because I cover that with makeup, and so it just be covered all the time.
Yeah, true.
But the rest of me, just a smattering of tattoos.
I also don't. I would prefer not to look at my own face on someone else's.
Oh, in that moment, Natty turns into Doug.
Oh gosh.
Behold!
Oh, and now you got to do my voice too, Natty.
Go ahead.
Really play your part.
Hello.
Beautiful.
Which one's which?
Take the shot.
Also, isn't that Red Dragon the Hannibal Lecter movie? Doesn't he have like a back tattoo like
He's got
that?
a giant dragon tattoo that covers his back.
Yeah.
That's not Ray Fiennes. Who is that? Is it?
I think that's Ray Fiennes.
That's Ray Fiennes, yeah.
Never saw it.
Puts in the fake
Ralph.
teeth.
Don't forget, at some point, maybe you could also change your mind, Natty. You get some makeup tattoo as well. I hear that's a thing with some people.
Would not recommend.
Oh, yeah, I could. But I love, actually, the process of putting my makeup on. It's very meditative for me.
Okay. Plus, you can change it up if you ever want to. I feel like
That's true.
the other way, so you're kind of stuck, or not stuck, but you're kind of like, you got one thing.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Natty. Up next and last, we have Tolv.
Yoo-hoo! Hello, it's Blaine Gibson, and I play Tolv, and I forgot what I am. Hold on. Male Orc Barbarian, level 5.
Existential crisis.
Yes, it happens every week, once a week. Yes, I have tattoos. I have several. I do not know the origin of many of them, but I do know that I have one very big one on my lower back. It's some sort of secret runes. Let me see if I can take a look at a mirror. It's there's an S, and then an E, and then a G, and then an A. I don't know what that means.
So stupid. So dumb.
Yeah, I had another tattoo, but someone ruined that tattoo, so then I just painted over it with this tattoo.
What does Sega mean? Does it stand for something?
It's some like ancient, entertainment thing. I'm not really sure. Like I said, I don't know what all of these tattoos are.
The god of entertainment, Sega.
Yeah.
You've got to shout it. Sega!
It's the god of hedgehogs.
I prefer to sing it. Sega.
A more Crazy Taxi era, shouting it.
When did they change that?
I figure the initial one that you did, Barbara, was to show off like the audio processing because it sounded like
his voice.
really nice. And I think that took a lot. They actually took a lot of space on those old cartridges. Like most of it was that. Whereas later, like then there was more flexibility, so they just changed it.
That's funny. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, we can do a deep dive about that maybe in Second Wind because I think I know a bit more about that Sega intro. But anyway, if you're a patron or you listen to us on Beacon, you can probably hear me talk about that in the second one for this episode. I'm going to make a note about it. I'll look up a little more details so we can talk about that.
Ooh.
Okay. Now it's time for the episode. I'm blank as I said, okay.
Wow. Still that after all this time doing this, still as awkward as hell when it comes to segues.
Yeah. You put your hands on the outside of the skull, begin finding a foothold. And as you do that, you start to hear grumbling voices approaching.
Oh.
And along with it, you hear like sparks and zaps. It seems to be coming from the north, from inside the skull. And it seems to be getting louder.
Captain Grumbles, did you learn how to throw your voice? That's that's impressive.
Very impressive. Wow.
He's got the shield.
Oh.
I wave at everybody to get their attention stealthily, and then I say, talking. I move my hand up and down, talking inside, and I point inside the skull.
Oh, okay.
Can we sneak in?
Now he starts doing the chicken dance with the hands, making the little.
And Tolv shakes his hand vigorously.
As you all are signaling to each other, the voices suddenly stop for a moment. Finally, a voice breaks the silence and says,
I think I heard something. It was over there.
Footsteps slowly march towards the party's position, getting closer and closer with every second. So there you are, footsteps approaching. The whispers are getting louder. What do you do?
Oh, we're in it? This is happening now?
This is it. We're in it.
Hide? Yeah. I motion to the team. I go, I wave my hands because this is an audio podcast. I just remembered.
We have to dance.
No. And then I cross my neck. I say, no.
Kill her. No, I will not kill you.
No, it's not. And then I go like this, like I cover my face with my hands, like peekaboo.
To put you in a box?
No, and then I say, scatter.
Doug grabs Gunther and curls up into a ball, almost like a bush.
All right. I picture it looks like a tribble from like original Star Trek. It's just like a furry ball.
That's a big tribble.
Yeah.
And then Gunther takes Doug's arms and opens them up like Tolv was gesturing.
A little window,
Yeah.
just so you could peek out.
And then I look at them and I see that and I give them a thumbs up. And then I look at Natty and I point at them and also Giggy and I say, hide. And I do more motions to indicate hiding.
Natty grabs Captain Grumbles. You got me on Mumbles last time. Captain Grumbles puts him in front of her. And then Natty turns into one of the other sailors we saw in the arena.
Nice powers.
Yeah. And stands there with Captain Grumbles in the skull.
Okay. And then I, as a person on the skull, I'm assuming I'm above the doorway, right? Because I'm near the eye socket where the gym is.
I'll give you the option because I said that you started hearing the voices as you were starting to climb. So you could have either gotten off the skull or continued up. I'll leave that totally to your discretion.
I'd like to imagine that I'm on top of the skull, like near one of the eye sockets. So I'm like theoretically above the doorway.
Sure.
And then I would take my cape, similar to Doug, and just kind of hide underneath it and just low profile, but just stay there on top silently and motionlessly.
Okay. I think I've got it.
Do you?
So what we're going to do is have a stealth check for Tolv, a stealth check for Doug, and a stealth check for Gunther. And then Natty will deal with you and your deception here in a bit.
Am I proficient in stealth?
Doesn't give you advantage, but does give you a little extra boost.
19.
9.
And that's a 9. I'm gonna use my inspiration die because I feel like being up here would be advantageous.
Oh, I have one. I'll give it to you, Bimmy.
Oh, okay. Boing. All right, 15.
There you go.
16. I look like an eye booger on this giant skull.
Much better.
A big green eye booger.
That's me.
So Tolv does his best impression of an eye booger.
My what impression?
His what impression?
Your best impression? What?
You said breast.
You said breast. You did say that, did he not?
I didn't hear.
Tolv does. I want to get a replay on that, but I'm pretty sure I said best. Tolv does his best impression of an eye booger. Tolv does his best impression of an eye booger. I said breast. Micah says, sorry. All right. Micah, Barbara, I'm all over the place. Barbara hunkers down, does a triple impression while covering up Gunther. But Gunther does open a little window so he can see out a bit.
A window? A window? What does that mean?
Yeah, he said he opened up like Doug's arms so that he could see out.
Just like Tolv was motioning.
Right as everyone gets into place in their hiding positions, Natty, you see two gnolls walk around the corner into that little opening in the skull y'all were walking to.
As they walk in, I turn to Captain Grumbles and goes, "Oh, so that's how you lost your tongue and you can't talk anymore. Interesting."
They both stand there kind of a little unsure of what to do. Why don't you roll me since you look like a pirate, do you need to make any kind of check for that? Or is that just like a spell or an ability you have?
That's an ability I have. I have mimicry, allows me to mimic the sounds. It was one of my level 5 things.
Oh, it's like an ability you have?
Yeah.
Is it the Mask of Many Faces that allows you to cast Disguise Self at will?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. I'm jealous.
Yeah, so they both stop and they hear you, I guess, finishing up your story with Captain Grumbles. I don't know how he told you how he lost his tongue if he didn't have a tongue to begin that story. But why don't you go ahead and make me a deception check?
With advantage.
Do you have advantage on that?
I do, actually. That's not just John being silly. Impersonation. While you're disguised as a real fictional person, you have advantage on charisma checks, deception or performance.
Oh, I'll be.
What was the check? Performance or deception?
Deception.
Deception's +7. So that was actually 13.
Not bad.
Ooh, that's much better. 26.
Ooh, that is pretty good.
I ain't just whistling Dixie here.
Just for flavor, this isn't necessarily for any specific reason, but is there like an inspiration you take for your disguise or like someone specific you saw that you're trying to draw this from? Or is this like your own creation?
I said I wanted to look like one of the sailors that we saw in the arena.
Oh, okay.
John
right.
can't remember exactly those because I think we recorded that episode 2 years ago.
It was about 2 years ago.
Roughly, yeah.
All right.
Not actually.
It was probably like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Maybe a month. The gnolls stop dead in their tracks and their noses kind of go crazy, like sniffing the air.
Uh-oh.
looking straight at you. And one of them, who's holding
Yar, howdy.
a flail, asks,
What are you doing here?
I'm minding my own business. What are you doing here?
It's a good answer.
It's very sailor-like.
Sorry. Yar, I be minding my own business. What ye be doing here?
We're following orders, moving equipment.
Okay. What's that got to do with me? Sorry. What that got to do with me?
Oh, God.
Perfect.
they like space out a little bit from each other. And then the other one replies,
Well, you're here not moving equipment, so that's what it has to do with you.
I wasn't ordered to be moving any equipment.
Well, what were you ordered to be doing?
To watch after me captain here.
Not bad.
okay.
Who'd you get your orders from?
Oh,
Why don't you take your captain and turn around and walk back in the direction you came?
This goes further in the skull.
You have not looked in there yet, but presumably yes, because they came from the
we're
other
not
side
in
of
the skull?
No, y'all were at the entrance to the skull, and that's when y'all were looking up at the gem and stuff.
Okay.
So, but presumably because these gnolls came from the other side.
Again, I must be asking why you be giving me orders. You're not in charge of me.
He's in charge of you?
They motion to Captain Grumbles.
Isn't that how captains work? Are you new to this business?
He's not my captain.
Okay, he didn't give you an order. Why are you being so mean?
Make a dexterity saving throw, Natty.
am I an eye line of Natty?
Yes, you are watching this from above.
Okay, all right. I have an idea, but I want Natty to. You got it, Natty.
19. Eat my shorts.
Woo!
The one of them that had spaced out and kind of was standing off to your side, very awkwardly reaches out and tries to shove you as if to push you into the water. But you notice it coming, and you step aside, and the knoll loses its footing since he didn't make contact with you and is like kind of off balance on the edge of the dock.
I swat him into the water.
All right, just make a roll to hit.
I don't know what my modifier is, but I rolled a 19.
That's probably it. It's your proficiency bonus plus your strength or dexterity. Regardless, 19, you're probably hit. Yeah, you give him a little shove, and that pushes him over the edge into that water that was between the docks that you all saw earlier.
I bear eyes at the other knoll and I say, ye be wanting to have some of this as well? I didn't start this fight, but I be finishing it.
Is there intimidation? Make an intimidation check.
Sure.
I think we stumbled into John's campaign 4 character.
Yeah. Pirate Sally.
Ye be making a lot of fighting noises down there.
That was only an 11. What's my intimidation? Plus 4. 15.
Not bad.
That's still pretty good.
It's because you're playing in my charisma playground, okay?
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I guess so. It's we're in John's world.
Yeah.
Or we're in Natty's world, I should say. So this knoll has a couple of options here. It's going to...
Yeah, one is to screw around and find out.
Ew.
Well, one is to deal with you, but you had a good intimidation roll. It could dive after its friend in the water and try to pull him out, or it could turn around and run because you intimidated it. I'm going to roll and see what it's going to do.
Let the dice decide.
Yeah, the knoll looks at you, bares its teeth, snarling, waving its flail around menacingly, then turns around and runs back into the skull.
Is it going for backup?
I clap my hands together to knock the dust off, and I say, that's how we do it on our ship.
Are we worried that that's going for backup, though?
He can do whatever he wants.
I don't know. We'll find out soon, one way or another.
Has it already passed through? Has it already gone underneath, like through the door?
No, did it come out of the skull or did it approach the skull?
It came out from the skull.
So it went
Has it gone back into the skull?
That's what it did. It retreated back into the skull.
Okay.
Oh, so this thing is real big.
The skull?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge.
Okay.
I would have probably have attacked it, but if I missed the opportunity, then I'm just gonna hold still.
If you want, I'll say you could do it if you want.
I'm gonna jump down to attack it because I don't want it to go back and get reinforcements. Video game rules.
All right, you plop down and surprise it. Since it's surprised, you get you can make your attack. So go ahead and do it.
Is that advantage?
Let's say no.
So that was a 14 that I rolled with my Warhammer.
You happy with that?
I got no choice. I don't have advantage. I don't have any inspiration dice. So yeah, 14. We'll go for that.
It hits.
Okay, thank God.
Love it. I love it.
Listen, if I give away inspiration dice so freely, I have to be wanting to collect them freely too.
Yes.
Like I've got to put doubt in your mind every time.
I put my blood, sweat, and tears into earning those inspiration dice, Gus.
I put blood, sweat, and tears into taking them.
No, you don't. All right, I'm gonna roll for damage.
Whoa, whoa.
That's it. That's a 5 plus 4. Do I have any other additional stuff because it's surprise is a crit?
Yeah, did you get 2 attacks?
No, but if you were raging, you would get a +2 on it.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Can Natty shoot an Eldritch Blast? If Tolv's attacking, Natty would help. But I'll let you do what you want to do.
Yeah, let's deal with the Tolv thing.
So, well, I guess I do have 2 attacks. So that'll be the first one. How does he look?
The knoll falls to the floor and then slides off of the dock into the water, unmoving.
Oh, okay. Well,
Wow.
that case of that.
Do you have any cool one-liner?
No, I'm good. That's what that was. Yeah, no, I'm fine.
All right. So that was terrifying, Tolv. You came out of nowhere, bashed the knoll, and it's in the drink.
Wait, hold on. Drink up.
All right, that was all right.
The other knoll is in the water, the one that just fell.
Yeah, it appears to be treading water at the moment.
I shoot it.
Oh, God.
Wow.
War crimes. All right, go for it.
By the way, the whole time this is happening, I'm just holding Gunther in this
just a
little
bush.
ball as he's just watching.
A little hand reaches out and gives a thumbs up.
Roll for attack.
Go for it. You've really come to the name Brutality. You've grown into it.
This is war. What is it good
What's
for?
it good for? There you go. Gus gets an inspiration die.
I only rolled a 13. Does that hit?
That's actually exactly what you need. Their armor class is 13.
Cool. If you said no, I would be like, well, he's treading water. I'm going to shoot him again. 1 plus 4, so 5 plus 4, so 9.
It's exactly the same thing Tolv got. So yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he also did 9 points of damage. The knoll stops treading water and is now floating face down, unmoving in the water.
He's already dead.
Okay, I'm done.
All right, so it's just you guys now, as far as you can tell.
Should we hide the bodies? Oh, wait, they're in the water.
I think the water's already taken care of that big guy.
Tolv and Natty, since you two encountered these gnolls and dealt with them, why don't both of you make me a perception check?
Okie
12.
17.
You realize that, as you were jumping down and attacking that knoll, you realize you've seen these 2 gnolls before.
Oh, I guess we got ambushed at the campsite by gnolls.
Was it by Knowles?
And then I think that we scared them away. We killed, Natty evaporated one of them and then the others ran, I think.
On your way to Endridge Bay, you encountered some gnolls who were trying to set up an ambush at the abandoned campsite.
Oh, I remember that now.
Now who gets ambushed?
Now Zuga ambush?
Now who is ambushed?
Oh, okay.
No, I think he said Nazuga ambush.
That's what I heard.
He gave his breast try.
Yeah. That's the name of Chris's character for Campaign 4. Zuga ambush.
Hey everyone, I want to tell you about something really awesome we're doing over on our Patreon. We've been playing Baldur's Gate 3, the award-winning D&D video game, but completely in character as Mud, Bart, Kyborg, and Gumgum. So if you think our normal adventures are chaotic, wait until you see us in a fully open-world RPG where anything is possible. Bart's looking for love, Kyborg tries to solve every problem with backflips, Mud tricks me into using art as a weapon, and Gumgum is learning about life and where babies come from. So if you like the Infinites, this is for you, and it's only on our Patreon. We've got a whole collection of exclusive gameplay videos, like John and I playing Elden Ring as Gunther from Campaign 3. There's also D&D one-shots and mini-campaigns with new characters and wild adventures. So go to stinkydragonpod.com where you can access all of our exclusive content and a bunch of other cool perks. That's stinkydragonpod.com. It is the best place to directly support the making of this show. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, it's me, Blaine, and I got a quick question for you. Do you like puppets? Well, of course you do. Everybody loves puppets. Well, I have some great news for you Tales from the Stinky Dragon fans. We adapted the Infinight campaign into its own puppet show called Stinky Dragon Adventures. Each episode's about 11 minutes each. The story focuses on things from both the podcast and things that we just wrote specifically for a puppet show that we thought would be funny and cute. You can check it out at our Patreon at stinkydragonpod.com. And here's a little sneak peek just so you can kind of see what you're in for.
This dungeon shall be your grave, and I shall take from the Infinites their beloved interns.
They don't even know who we are.
Let the pain begin.
Could Gunther try and get some clothes from them?
Well, they're in the water.
Yeah, like jump in, take their clothes so he can disguise himself.
How much clothing do gnolls wear?
I don't know if clothes are really going to do it for you as a little frog person.
Yeah, I don't want to like yuck your yum, but I think it will be difficult for you to, I don't know, disguise yourself as a gnoll.
Oh, I turn into a gnoll.
Oh, like
you
that.
can just
That's
do that
what you would want to
willy-nilly.
do.
I can just do it willy-nilly. Who's one of my favorite country singers.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Your turn, Gunther.
I could tell Chris moved his monitor up or something because now he's like constantly looking up. It looks like you're confused or concerned, but I realize now you're just looking at your monitor.
I was looking up what a gnoll looks like. Dog, can I have some of your hair? I shall disguise as a gnoll.
Why don't you describe a gnoll then? So if you had to look it up, why don't you describe it that way for any of our audio listeners who may not know?
Gnolls are like humanoid doggies with like fur and more kind of claws and dog noses, dog faces. So my thinking is if Doug would be so kind as to lend some of his abundant hair, then I might be able to stick it to Gunther and kind of just look like a very hairy gnoll.
Are you implying that I shave myself?
No, I can help with these. If you would just let me borrow a little hair, I will give it back.
Doug does that thing where he kind of brushes his fingers through his arm hair, and like, you know how like some will come loose?
Yeah.
He does that.
Wait,
and
is Doug shedding?
Yeah. Oh, always.
Oh, trust me, I can understand.
Yes.
I'm holding my forearms up to the camera.
You can't see mine because I'm blonde, but I have the same thing, as you can see. And then gives Gunther those like loose little pieces of hair.
Yeah. Am I able to grab some clothes and hair myself up?
Yeah, I saw Dutch just knock that off. Yeah, if I'm going to be nice, I'm going to say that maybe you should have someone toss down a rope or hold a rope for you before you dive in. That way you have an easy way to come back up because the docks are kind of high from the water. Yeah, I'll say you're able to dive in and disrobe or take some of the clothes from the gnoll if you want.
I'll hold the rope. This feels suspiciously like deep sea fishing, which I have much experience with.
Instead of the rope, I just give him my tongue.
Oh my God.
Sure.
Oh, that's nice, Gunther. Okay.
Oh, your tongue.
Yeah, we're going to find out this is like some kind of time travel thing, and this is like a hairless Hutch origin story.
Guys, I just want to say we should probably hurry up. We still got to find Pancake. Not to try to rush you along in your mission here.
I agree. Hey, Gigi, could you turn to something a little less conspicuous? And Gigi turns into a centipede.
If you make the roll.
If I make the roll. Nat 20. That's my boy. That's my baby. That's
job.
my baby.
So Gigi turns into a centipede, and Gunther retrieves some clothes and comes back up onto the dock.
Am I able to stick the hair? Here's my thinking. I have a lantern I got from a grill. I use some of the oil from it, rub it on my face and exposed body, and then stick the hair to it.
Just stay away from fire. Or it's about to smell like burnt hair and frog.
Sure, just make a... You're going to need some kind of check. You make a...
Sleight of hand?
No, I'm going to call it a performance check.
Okay.
21. Okay. Wow, he really oils himself up real good.
Yeah, you do a pretty decent job.
What did the gnoll sound like? Just so while I was listening.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to the voice I was doing.
It sounded like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll doesn't matter.
When Chris was describing how gnolls look, all I could think of was the dog mutant from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Oh, off-brand Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yeah. Because they couldn't do Bebop and Rocksteady for some reason.
For some reason, they just couldn't get the rights.
You only get the turtles, not any mammals.
If we have Natty as a gnoll, and then Gunther as a tinier gnoll, and then Doug is like a kind of off-looking gnoll, maybe like we get you further back, I could go in as like a prisoner, you know? Because I don't think I'm going to be a very...
You're a pirate?
I mean, that's offensive, Natty. I'm a sailor.
But yeah, it's not offensive for you to call me some type of gnoll.
Well, I mean, you have fur. You know, you couldn't look
you spent your life on a boat.
Okay, well, that doesn't mean I mean, yes, I was a pirate, but I don't like the title pirate.
Yes, but you can pass as a pirate.
Yeah, but I don't, it's the principle of the thing, okay? I do not like being called a pirate. It brings back bad memories.
Also, it is a opportunity for surprise if he looks like he is bound.
But then we got to come up with a reason why we got a prisoner sailor.
He was trespassing.
Yeah.
We can also, think on the fly. We could just head on out.
Who's in charge right now? Doug's in charge. Doug gets to decide.
That's a good point, Doug. What's the next move?
I think we should just continue forward as we were. And, when something comes up, Natty, I think you take the lead with that charismatic self of you. And if we need to pretend that we've got a pirate prisoner, back here, we do our thing. And then we have Gunther, who's covered in scraps of my fur. And
yes, it is perfect.
If they zip, then we zap.
Exactly.
And then they zop, and then we just roll.
Electric powers, yes.
Okay.
Private Parts is very intently writing down notes.
I'm sure he is.
Wait, what do we do with Private Parts?
Private Parts, I think he's just, he knows how to play along.
He is prisoner.
I don't think that's even us making that up. I think he is up prisoner right now.
He's here on his own accord. Private Parts is a what race? Halfling?
The smaller he is, the more convenient it is. He can hold on to my back.
If he's small enough, you can just tuck him away.
Yeah, I'll roll him up inside as a ball again.
You can put him in that ring, that natty ring.
That doesn't work that way.
No, I think that's just for her.
Oh. Private Parts is a stout halfling.
Stout halfling, okay.
Could we foreseeably hide Private Parts in Doug's vest as a humpback?
I like this idea.
You try whatever you want.
Like a Private Parts papoose,
How about I'll hold Private Parts' hand and walk him along like he's our little buddy.
Okay. All right, we've got a plan.
I mean, surely, if there's people coming into your space and there's people holding hands, they can't be bad guys.
I agree. Let's go in this skull.
All right, come on, Private Parts.
All right. He takes your hand and follows you. You take Private Parts in your hand and lead him.
All right. Well, you just had to.
Did you want to cover up that gem at all?
Is that a question for the leader or for Tolv?
Tolv was doing that before.
Yeah,
so.
You know what? Oh, this is perfect. Okay, hold on. Way back when, I think it was around the time we ran into the Vind Trader, I took a curtain. You remember?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, I think that this is the perfect opportunity.
Wow.
So I'm going to put that curtain over this big gym and protect fellow sailors, not pirates.
I think a barbarian's a little touchy.
No.
Aren't they always? All right, yeah. So you want to clamber back up there and cover up the gem with that curtain you found before?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
That's my line. Yeah, you climb on up and bust out the fabric and cover up the gem, and it obscures the rays of light that it was shooting out and kind of breaks that illusion of the calm sea that it was projecting.
The gnolls came out of the skull?
Yes, it appears they came from further north.
And were they holding equipment that they said they were moving?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Hypocrites.
They had flails in their hands, but that was all they were holding.
Okay.
I guess Gunther will hold a flail now.
Gunther has a flail?
Is that okay if I took one of the flails?
Okay, just make sure.
It's been 40 minutes and we have not entered this cave. We have not moved a single step. Please, can we go inside? I am with Doug Boone 100% on this.
Yeah, I mean, you tell me. You all tell me.
Let's go.
Natty takes the lead. Natty takes the lead.
I follow Natty, whoever.
Natty, that's not very cool.
No, Doug said for me to take the lead.
Oh, never mind.
Well,
That's totally
when it
cool
comes
then.
to the charismatic stuff, yes, absolutely. But I think that means you should go out in front.
Okay, there you go. Then I take the lead. We're going in. Natty's gone. You guys can't see Natty anymore.
I'm communicating to the team through Natty.
Everyone else follows?
Yes.
Got it. You pass through the skull and come out on the backside, and you see an inlet of eel-infested waters with a small rock island. Water forks off to the north and to the east. There's a mixture of planked bridges and sandy shores that hug the west side of this room and circles clockwise to the northeast, kind of like C-shaped. To the west, you see a path that seems to lead to maybe a small cavern of some kind. To the east, it leads to a barred gate and a half-submerged drain gate. And to the north, it looks like it continues and opens up to a grotto of some kind.
And what kind of instrument does the Bard Gate carry? Come on, Gus. You want to give me that inspiration.
I'm taking your inspiration die away. The next time I give you one, it's going to be like we're even.
Oh. Question. This one's serious.
Okay.
What's on the island? Can I see what's on the island?
The little rock island.
Yeah. You take a look, and it appears to be just a sharp rock formation that juts out from the middle of the water. And there's some kind of like bronze saber that pierces the top of the rock.
A saber?
Yeah.
Would that
Like
be
a
like a
sword.
sword? Okay.
Tolv, do you recognize that?
I see Tolv like staring intently at this little rock.
Do I recognize that? Do I have like a history check I can do, or?
Yeah, why not? Make a wisdom check.
Okay. That is 0. 4.
What are you doing? Playing golf over here?
No, it's oh yeah.
Inspiration not for me. No, it doesn't seem familiar to you.
I can go check and look.
You do have good jumping.
How far away is it?
From the closest point, you could see it's probably 10, 12 feet, something like that.
Okay, could I use my tongue, stick it out to like grab hold of the rock and then jump across and then use my tongue to kind of...
I'm going to take your word. If that's something you can do with your ability, yes. I don't know the specifics of your tongue ability.
Tongue has a 10-foot range. If you're trying to grab something, you'll need to make a dex grapple check with it.
Okay.
You can't handle or move anything more than 10 pounds.
If you come around and kind of approach the island from the northwest side, you could probably get to within 10 feet of the saber from that side.
Okay.
So if you want to, like, I guess, grab it, you could make that dex check just to make sure you grab on securely to it.
The 19?
Yeah, we'll say that's good.
And then, so I jump and climb up.
You lash your tongue out, wrap it around the saber, and then I guess, like, what is that? Like retract it and pull yourself in?
Yeah, I like jump and then just pull my tongue in so I kind of like make sure I don't slip.
I want to make sure I'm understanding, just to be clear. Is it the rock you're grabbing on or the saber?
I guess like maybe the hilt of the saber.
Okay. Yeah. You grab out, you latch onto it, and you kind of like pull at it to pull yourself in, over to the island. And as you do so, the saber seems to be loose and it rises out of the rock a couple of inches.
Oh.
And as it does so, it opens up the gate that leads out to the eastern portion of this room.
Oh.
Are we sure that Gunther isn't like the king of England now or something?
Yeah.
You're the chosen one.
Does the sword come out all the way or is it just more like a lever?
It does not come out all the way. Maybe it's stuck. It just seems to come out a few inches.
I open the gate.
Well done, Gunther.
That's the gate to
the west. Or sorry, the east.
East, yeah.
Not the bars in the water, but like the gate to the like cave thing.
Correct.
Okay. Well, Doug, what should we do?
I mean, ultimately, we're trying to find Pancake.
Correct.
Right?
Could Doug tell if there's any like sounds or noises coming from around nearby?
Yeah, why don't you make call it an investigation check.
That's a big old 10.
Okay. It's going to take me a little while because I'm going to have to scroll through a bunch of things to give you some information. So, yeah, give you just a moment.
I think what he's actually doing is checking if we get into a Nazunga ambush.
Out to the west, you think you hear, like, mumbling of some kind.
Have we heard this mumbling before, or is this like a new mumble?
Hard to say. It could be like someone talking, maybe.
Okay. Guys, I think I hear something to the west, so maybe let's start going around that side. It also is like, the sandy part, so keep on forgetting wet.
It's on the way if we wanted to go through that cave, because we got to go a long way around this whole grotto.
To the north, you definitely hear more sounds of, like, conversation. More than mumbling. Like, there's definitely multiple people talking to each other.
And we're not seeing anybody in this grotto. There's no other person here.
Correct.
Okay.
And then to the east, kind of beyond the bars and the gate that Gunther opened, you hear, like, running water.
Okay, that would make sense.
Well, I think we should go west.
Okay, I like that.
You guys cool going west? I mean, technically that's left.
Yeah.
Gunther salutes and kicks back his leg.
Gunther loves that salute.
Okay, so let's go west.
Cool. Natty takes the lead.
Okay. Gunther, as you let go of the saber to follow, it slides back into the rock and the gate to the east closes once again.
Oh, the key.
Fun little puzzle.
Was it instant that it closed, or was there like a time, like after it went back in, it was like counted down and then closed?
It seemed like it was pretty instant. Like as soon as Gunther let go of it, it started coming down.
We didn't see what was in that little cave, right?
Correct.
Okay.
We could like put like a plank of wood, there's all these bridges. We could take like a plank of wood and just kind of wedge it into the sword hilt to keep it elevated.
Or, if the sword, I imagine, is less than 10 pounds.
Yes.
Okay, Gunther said it, so it's true.
I mean, is it?
Well, if I was able to pull it out, then I would...
Oh, right. You're right. Curse you and your technicalities, Chris.
Because then, someone has mace hand, perhaps, and
Natty does.
I have orc hand. Does that work?
you have 2 orc hands, yes?
Okay.
I have no hand.
All right,
let's go.
all right.
It's really in character.
I'm Micah Reisinger, writer, editor, and composer of Stinky Dragon. Beneath the dramatic dice rolls, the spellbinding storytelling, and hilarious hijinks lies a secret ingredient. A force so powerful that few dare speak its name, but you seem trustworthy. It's called music. Every piece of original music from Stinky Dragon is available to you for the low, low price of free? Free. Are we sure about that? That's a typo, right? It's got to be a little bit more than that. Okay, it is free. Okay. All right. My entire catalog of Stinky Dragon soundtracks, that's 13 albums of sweeping orchestral scores, pulse-bounding battle themes, and emotional ballads, now yours to underscore your epic D&D sessions or set the mood while you mow the lawn or walk your fur babies across the road. I don't know, whatever you do to listen to music. Stream Stinky Dragon soundtracks now wherever you get your music for free.
You all follow the path to the west, which seems to lead into a small cavern. In fact, it's a low-ceiling sandy cavern. There's crates, barrels, and shelves of supplies lining the walls.
Are there any coupons for the crates and barrel?
Get out of here.
Any furniture?
There's cannonballs on the north side of the wall, and in the center of the room is a desk with a gnoll sitting at it, looking down, and he's scribbling on a piece of paper.
Doug clears his throat so that he doesn't alarm him.
The gnoll looks up. It's a gnoll, so he's got he's a hyena-faced fiend, and he's wearing a bicorn hat that appears to be made of eel skin. He looks at you all, seems slightly startled, closes his book, looks up, and says something in Abyssal. Does anyone here speak Abyssal?
No.
I do.
You do, Gunther?
You do?
Okay.
Oh, wait. Giggy does too.
Oh, no.
But he's a little centipede. Can he just be in my ear?
Or Gunther understands and can tell us.
Sorry, go for it.
Yeah.
Sorry. I got excited because Giggy speaks it. He only speaks Abyssal and Common. It's the
I was
only
going to
two
say, I didn't
languages.
think he spoke anything.
I didn't think he spoke common either.
He understands. How about that? He understands.
I thought he spoke Giggy.
Yeah, he understands.
In Abyssal, he looks and addresses the group at large and asks,
How did you get in here?
Gunther responds, the same way you got in here, through the entrance. We're here to torture the prisoner.
your proficiency in Abyssal, are you pretty good at it? Like, how did Gunther learn Abyssal to begin with?
I think it is a language. You know how people learned Latin because it was, the language from the past? I think in his village, they taught Abyssal.
A better question, Gus, would be you ask Chris if he knows what Abyssal is the language of.
I don't know.
We all know that, right, Chris?
I'll give you a hint. Giggy knows how to speak it for a reason. He's Googling right now.
I feel like the root word abyss, it's probably something with Undarian or some sort of eldritch, otherworldly language for demons.
Well, I stand by they know it in the village. They learned it. It's like something you get in school, like learning Latin.
Okay, I'm just curious. Yeah. So, like any high school student, you can ask where the bathroom is and ask for a glass of water.
And where the library is.
Where the library is.
Yeah.
It's just funny. I like the idea of figuring out how someone learned the language and how versed they are in it, because I think about how I learned Spanish, right? Like, I never took lessons in it. So it's like, I can say anything if it's something I would say to my grandmother. But it's like, if it's like a technical word or something modern, it's like, oh, I don't know how to say that at all.
Yeah. So you can't say Uncrustables in Spanish then?
It's probably just Uncrustables.
It probably is.
Because it's a brand name.
But I wonder if it's if there's another clever play on words that they would do. Anyway, sorry. distracted. That's not what we're here for. We're here for D&D. The gnoll kind of narrows his eyes and says,
Who gave you those orders?
I was just hired. I'm here to do a job. That's what we here are for, to torture. Unless, do you want us to torture someone else?
Oh, that's a good question.
Tolv contemplates getting his hammer ready.
No, Tolv doesn't understand what's happening. It's just like this guttural conversation that Gunther is having with this gnoll here.
What does it sound like to us, Gus?
I love this episode of Star Wars.
Jabba Tuwanga.
That's really good.
It sounds very much like Jabba.
Natty, make a Gigi roll.
For what? Wait, I rolled a 13, so it's a positive, whatever you're trying to do.
Gigi effectively conveys the conversation that's happening.
Oh, okay.
To you.
Then can I interject?
Sure, you can. I won't stop you.
But you can't speak. That's what I was going to do. I was going to say, is there any chance you speak common? We don't all speak abyssal.
So you say that?
Yeah.
And with that, he pulls out a bell and begins ringing it.
I shoot him. If he gets to take an action, I got to take an action.
Yes. We'll deal with that. Everyone roll initiative just so we get the order, and then we'll deal with that.
Action.
6.
8.
6.
What's your dex?
16.
9.
You're before me.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll 3 here. The first one is for the person at the desk, and then the other 2 are for 2 gnolls who are about to run in. Okay, so Natty, you wanted to blast first right away, so I'm going to do that before we get into the initiative roll. So go ahead and do whatever action it is you wanted to do there.
I rolled Eldritch Blast. That's a 26 on attack.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
I figured. Didn't think this guy was beefy. I rolled a 1 plus 4, so 9 again.
Yeah, the gnoll slumps over his desk, unmoving, and as he does so, like a brass jeweler's loop falls out of his hand and rolls across the desk onto the ground.
Okay, go look at it.
When it's your turn.
Oh, I thought we were out of combat.
No, I said 2 other gnolls run in at the same time as well.
A Nizunga ambush, Chris. Please.
Sorry.
Nizunga.
Yeah, 2 more gnolls come running into the room holding small plates in their hand. And they see the scene before them with the gnoll at the desk slumped over, and they drop their plates of sandwiches onto the ground and pull their flails out.
I was wondering if they were like having a meal when you said that.
The first one is going to take a swing at Natty with its flail. It is plus 4 to hit. That's a 19.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. The flail hits you, doing 1 point of piercing damage.
Okay.
And the flail kind of wraps around you and begins like kind of constricting you a little bit. So it has you grappled.
Okay.
The second one is going to do something similar. The second one's going to do a threat assessment and decide it needs to attack Tolv. So it swings its flail at Tolv, hitting AC 7, which I assume is a miss.
No, but I'm very honored that you think that I am a threat. That is a good assessment because I'm probably going to have to hurt you now, but you know.
All right, that's it for them, which means Tolv. It's your turn. After Tolv is Natty.
Oh, looky there. Okay, well, I am going to attack the one that has Natty. Yeah.
After Tolv is Gunther. I'm sorry, I said the wrong thing.
It's okay. You won't need to worry about it because I'm probably going to take them out right now. I have this thing where if I'm within 5 feet, let me make sure that this actually does something or if it's more of a they get away. Sentinel Guardian, immediately after a creature within 5 feet of you takes the disengage action or hits a target with an attack, you can make an opportunity attack. Okay, never mind. That's if they try to run away. All right, I'm going to hit with my Vorhammer. I'm going to do it two-handed. Let's pretend that I put my shield away when I was climbing. So my AC is lower now. I'm going to hit the one that's holding Natty with the flail. That is my goodness, that's not going to feel good. 25.
Oh, that hits.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
That's a 11.
Ooh, yeah. You hit it with your Warhammer, and it just kind of like pounds the gnoll to the ground where it is unmoving.
And then with that same momentum from that last hit, with my second attack, I was going to go for the other guy.
Sure. I will say, as you killed that one gnoll and it's not moving on the ground, the one that's remaining standing sees this happen and it seems to get enraged by it and like reflexively lets out a punch that hits you, that hits you, Tolv, doing 1 point of damage.
Doing.
Ow! What the heck, man? Okay, I'm gonna hit you with my hammer now. You ever get popped and you're just like, oh, like it's like, oh, it's just surprising, but it's also very upsetting.
Yeah.
How could she slap?
How can she slap?
Why would you do that? Okay.
How can you hit her, you?
Oh no. That is a 9.
Oh no, maybe you were like so stunned by the fact that it booped you that you're not able to hit it. You're not able to focus on it.
Okay.
It was a crotch shot.
Yeah. Not allowed in the ring.
No, they hit Toll, not private parts.
Hey, take an inspiration die there, Barbara.
That was good. That was very good. Because not only is it a good joke, but you remembered private parts is here.
Yes.
How could I forget? He's in my vest.
It's really hot. Can you let me out of here?
It's just fur.
You gotta let private parts breathe. Is that it for you, Tolv?
Every time.
Yeah, air him out.
The only thing else that I would want to do is, without opening myself an attack of opportunity, staying within reach of them, maybe like circling to the door to block their exit.
Sure. Yeah, so like stay close in melee range, threatening, and just kind of putting yourself between them and the door.
Yeah, and then I go under my breath. Dun, 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 dun.
Gunther, I believe. Yeah, Gunther, you're up next.
Gunther drops his flail, pulls out his sword, charges at seemingly Tolv. You killed my brother, he says in Abyssal. And then right before he gets to Tolv, he stabs the gnoll.
Sneak attack.
That's a 27.
That hits.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Quite the stabby stab.
And that's 15 damage.
Yeah, you run that gnoll through with your rapier. He slumps over, unmoving.
My brother. I missed.
Gunther's really sticking to the part.
That's all? They're both?
Yeah, that's all.
Quickly hide the body.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tolv would drag one of the bodies behind the desk.
Yeah, and Gunther will get the other.
Okay, and then there's also the body of the person who was sitting at the desk as well.
Can we position him? Looks like he's sleeping.
You can position him as well, too. Not just position him.
While they're doing that, could I go grab whatever book he was scribbling in on his desk?
Yeah.
And I think Gunther wanted to pick up his...
Yeah, the thing he dropped.
His loop.
Loop.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to deal with the body placement real fast. So you are propping the one who was sitting at the desk over the desk like he's sleeping, and then you're hiding the other two bodies, one of them under the desk. What about the other one?
Yeah, I guess, can we put both of them under?
Sure, why not? Kind of shove both of them under the desk. Not like the one who's sitting at the desk needs all the leg room.
Ooh, and his eelskin hat. Can Gunther put that on?
Yes. Let me deal with Doug in the book, and then we'll do Gunther and the loop in the hat. So you take a look, at the book there, Doug, and it's a pretty hefty book that, had been laying open, but the gnoll closed. And as well as the book on top of the desk here, there's a velvet bag with some gold in it. And the book appears to be a thick ledger of some kind. It's a list of supplies and like treasure, like a reserve of some kind.
That I would probably glean that they have here in this underground location.
That would be the logical conclusion.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
So yes, for Doug.
So we just killed the accountant. That's cool.
This was all stuff that, because you said there were supplies and stuff all around us, right?
Yes.
I was hoping we would find a dirty secret, perhaps a secret crush, or like a confession of sorts, But it's just numbers, and I don't like numbers.
Numbers. You just have to find the scary numbers and put them in the box.
Hey.
Gunther.
Mysterious and important.
Took me a second.
Yeah. You pick up the loop that rolled off the desk onto the ground, and it's a brass jeweler's loop of some kind.
Jeweler's loop?
Do you know what that is? It's like almost like a little small magnifying glass. You see jewelers look at it to look at gems and
That's
find
cool.
detail.
I guess I'll put that in my inventory. Or is there any jewels in which to look at?
You probably have jewels in your inventory.
I'm not too rich.
Is this one of those Doug, what's that super cool horoscope thingy The kaleidoscope, you
My
know.
spyglass of Zodia?
That's the one.
One episode, Blaine is going to remember what that thing is called.
It's okay. It's in my inventory, not his. So
It's true.
I have a little bit cheat sheet.
Is it something like that, you know?
Could I like look at it too and see if it looks anything like the spyglass?
Like you're trying to figure out if it's like a similar artifact? Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah.
Yeah, artifact or like manufacturer.
Made in Bulgaria.
I guess both Doug and Toll, since you're trying to figure this out, both of you can make, let's call it an investigation check. And I assume, Gunther, you're allowing them to do this.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not like smeagling it and my precious.
I was just trying to figure out how to spell loop.
20.
All right.
I've got this, Doug. That's a 2.
12, we're looking over here.
Oh, yes, yes.
Tolv is just licking the loop.
Tolv, you know, maybe you get like sand in your eye. You're still too hyped up from from combat to be able to really notice anything. But Doug, as you're looking at the loop, it appears to have something inscribed in it. It doesn't seem to be the same craftsmanship as the spyglass, but there is an inscription on the loop that appears to be written in Draconic.
Hey guys, do any of you know Draconic?
No.
No, ma'am.
Well, maybe we'll just hold on to this, be able to translate it at some point.
Private Parts, do you know Draconic? You're a well-read gentleman.
He begins flipping through his tablet.
I do not, but one moment.
Oh, the iPad baby has some use.
No, I don't think I have anything that could help us in this situation.
Captain Grumbles? Giggy?
As you're looking at the loop, Toll, it's almost like the runes come together and it, like before your eyes, the script almost transforms and you can read it now.
Guys, I think I'm magic. I can read this thing now.
What does it say, Tolv?
It says, crafted by Dr. Acutarius H. Emeritusian.
What?
Wait, what?
Just like the script appeared and you were able to read it, Tolv, as you say it out loud, the inscription seems to transform again and disappears.
And now it's gone.
Roll me a D20, Tolv.
You've got it, boss man. Here we go. One piping hot D20. That is a 12.
And I want you to add all of your ability score modifiers to that. So like your strength modifier, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be a quick math. You've got this. Math minute. 8, 9.
So what's the total? That
21?
Plus your roll. 21. All right. Yeah, your vision kind of like warps and bends, but then snaps back into crystal clear sharpness like usual.
Where'd you go, Tolv?
I am like freaking out, man. Woman. I don't know. That was so weird. It was like, hey, this is made by this guy with a fancy name, and then it went away, and then I just kind of zoned out for a second.
I think I'm gonna write this note down in my book, but I'm gonna just abbreviate it to AHEM.
That's probably convenient.
Yeah.
You feel, Tolv, like what you saw was not of this world. It was
Wait, I have to ask, did Blaine just figure it out?
You guys, Dr. Acutarius H. Emeritusian is Dr. Ahem? I don't know what that means, but that feels significant, does it not?
I've never heard of such a name.
I mean, we're just saying it is Dr. Ahem just because we're just, put in the abbreviations down here. We don't know if that's actually what this fella calls himself or not, or what the significance is.
I feel like when I say it, I want to clear my throat like Dr. M, It feels right. Does that feel right to you guys?
It feels right.
You guys are crazy. That's not how I would shorten that name. That's so weird.
Oh, we should probably hold on to this, right? I feel like, I don't know, if we ever meet this guy, maybe he'd want it back.
Nah, I think we should throw it to Vay,
Also, did we accidentally just kill him?
Is it Noel?
The Noel?
That's probably Dr. Ahem.
Oh no, old.
Could I look at that Noel who had the jeweler's loop and see if he has any other items on him or like?
Yeah.
Is his chair a wheelchair by any chance?
No, it is not. Why don't you make me an investigation check?
We've killed a lot of Noels. I don't know why you're so curious about this guy.
18.
Well, he's a doctor. Because, he was a good guy.
He doesn't seem to have anything else on him. unlike the other gnolls you've seen so far, I would say the one thing that sets this one apart is this one was unarmed. He did not have a flail like the other ones you've seen so far.
Okay. Yeah, guys, I think we should hold on to this.
Okay.
Any volunteers? Do you want me to pop it in my pocket?
I'd already put it in my inventory, but I can take it out.
Oh, no, you could take it.
Doc, is there any supplies from the book that we should take?
No, I don't know if we really need this book, but we should probably take on this, like, jeweler's loop, I think.
Does the desk have any drawers?
You take a look at the desk, Natty, and you do not see any drawers on it. It's just like almost like just a surface to place things on.
Do we want to take the gold, though, in the sack? Little sack of gold?
Yeah.
I will take that.
All right.
Barb, to clarify, I was saying, like, in the book, you said a list of supplies that were, like, kept here. Is there anything in there that would be noteworthy that we would want to, like, call out or look for or anything like that?
I guess, like, yeah, could Doug read through the list and see if anything stands out as of any importance or something that, like, a name we recognize?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Doug, can you run the numbers and see if they committed any blue-collar crime?
Let me do some quick calculations here. Oh, I'm sensing a little bit of flawed.
Oh, flawed, you don't say?
A frog?
For the record, there are 25 gold pieces in that bag. I just wanted to roll that before we get too far from it.
Cha-ching.
Could I divvy that up amongst our team?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Let's see. 5 for
6,
you.
6, and 1 for Giggy.
Or finder's fee.
There you go. There you go. I like that better.
So you guys all get 6 gold pieces and I get 7.
Cool.
Could Doug take a look a little closer at everything that, I guess, like a rough kind of flip through the book of all the supplies listed, see if anything kind of catches his eye?
Yeah. It's a lot of mundane things. Rope, oars, dried fish, brewer supplies, kegs, barrels, and crates.
Longbow of Triumph.
Stop.
So, like, nothing really other than that stands out?
It does also list some treasure, but it does not appear to be in this room with you.
Okay. I think all this was the bookie.
Yeah, feel kind of bad.
He rung the bell. He didn't have to do that.
Yeah, well, he felt threatened, rightfully so, you know.
They did bring in sandwiches, so maybe it was like the dinner bell. Have we considered that?
Yeah, maybe they were just bringing his lunch.
He was. Maybe they were bringing us lunch. You know.
They dropped their sandwiches and pulled out weapons. Are you guys crazy?
We don't know Gnoll customs. We don't know how they operate.
I've only been a Gnoll for 5 minutes.
I think we should probably get a move on in here, and maybe as a team we should just let's try talking to people before blasting them.
If they don't ring an alarm bell, I won't blast them. That's what my grandma used to say.
Classic granny.
Very specific.
Do we know it was an alarm bell for sure?
Again, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. He looked at me with alarm, rung the bell. They came in, had their weapons, and then attacked us with their weapons.
Yeah, because you blasted.
Tensions are so very, very high right now. I feel like it is imperative that we do a group hug. I will not say no for an answer. Come on.
I will not say no for an answer.
12 offers an open-ended hug.
I won't say no as an answer either.
Come on, Mr. Grumbles.
Doug goes in for the hug.
Okay, thank you, Doug. Natty?
I'll go in for a hug.
This is healthy. This is good. Yes. I pat it out. I say, all the bad vibes. Let them leave our bodies. Here we go. All right, now let's go to the next area.
Everyone roll a charisma check. Let's see how good this hug is.
Ooh.
My charisma.
That's actually low for me. 8.
20.
18.
Oh, 5.
I think 12 and Natty are holding back some tension. They're giving Gus hugs.
We call those gugs.
Oh, roll for Giggy.
Oh, good. If he gives the hug?
Yeah.
17. He goes for the hug. Should I roll his charisma check?
Yeah, let's roll his charisma check.
All right. He rolled, wait, what's his modifier? He ain't got no modifier for charisma. He's 0, but he rolled an 18. Giggy needed that.
Oh, yeah, Giggy's into it.
Sweet boy.
I guess Giggy would, as a centipede, he's hugging.
Yuck. 100 hugs.
Horrifying. Okay, Doug. After you, you said we want to get going. Let's get going.
Yeah, Doug starts exiting this room that we just walked in.
Okay.
Assuming there's no other exits in this room, right?
It's just the one you walked in from. And I realized I forgot something Chris had said. Yeah, Chris, you can take the hat. I think you had mentioned that. I don't know if I ever acknowledged you could take that Knowles hat.
The eel hat.
Eel skin hat, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Cool fedora.
It just adds to the perception, the disguise.
And it's not a fedora. I described it as a bicorn hat.
It's a bike.
It's like you picture like Napoleon wearing it.
Okay.
Like it looks like a taco.
Yeah.
Is it bicorn? Because I was hearing bike horn.
Yeah.
That's like two corned.
Bicorned. Okay.
Oh, I see what it is.
Gotcha.
Okay. That's a look.
All right, don't speak ill of the dead.
Well, this is the important part. Is it out like to the sides, or is it like a taco, like the points are at the front and the back?
I think that's up to Gunther. How do you want to wear it, Gunther?
How is he wearing it?
We'll say he was wearing it taco.
All right, taco it is.
I think that's better for swinging your sword. Otherwise, you'll get it caught up, you know?
Very true, very true.
Okay, yeah, so you walk back out from the exit that you walked in from. The entrance turns into an exit, and you're back in that room with the pool of eel-filled water and the rock island in the middle.
I guess, could we keep going kind of like clockwise towards the north?
Yeah. You walk closer towards the north, and as you get closer, you can see that it leads back into a sandy grotto with what appears to be a ship in it.
Ooh.
Oh.
Do I recognize the ship?
Make a wisdom check.
16.
No, it does not seem like a ship you have seen before.
Okay.
Do y'all walk into there, or are you just kind of like peeking in, or like what's the move here, Doug?
I'd like to peek into the ship.
I mean, like the grotto. I feel like you all aren't in the grotto yet. You all are like, this is what you see so far while peeking in. If you want to see more, you all actually have to enter a little more.
I would like to go in.
Yeah, we'll follow.
Me too.
Yeah.
Is this a fine vessel? Is this a good ship?
Lollipop?
For my knowledge, it seems pretty good quality. I was gonna say ship.
Ship.
Pretty tip-top ship.
There you go. Yeah, so you enter, or you walk in a little more, and you see, this is indeed a sandy grotto with vaulted ceilings, and there's a beached ship that fills the cave. It's lit by hanging lanterns, and there's gangplank onto the ship. And there's appears to be barred brigs on either side of the gangplank. And you can see that there appear to be a couple of gnolls guarding the area. And there's stepping stones to the east that lead into a stream.
Anybody in the brigs?
Make investigation check.
We all do that, or?
Sure.
17.
12.
All of us?
If you want, it's up to you.
I'm good. Natty got it.
Yeah. All of them look.
All right. From where you are, it appears that there is indeed someone on the left and the right side of the brig.
Anybody look familiar?
It's hard to see from where you are. Maybe if you get closer, you can get a better look.
Oh, I remember, guys. Chill out.
Permission to approach the nose?
Gently.
Maybe I should go first so that I can speak on behalf of the gnolls.
Sure, whatever. The gnolls that came out before spoke common, but that one in the accounting room, he didn't.
Go ahead, Gunther. Lead the charge.
We are, I guess, walk up and we are here for the torture. Where are they?
Oh, so you say they'll be tortured?
No, ha. The prisoners.
Since you said you're here for the torture, why don't you make me a deception check, Gunther?
Okay, 20.
Okay.
The prisoners are in the brigs, one to the west and one to the east.
I was told to torture the little one that is the halfling with the limp.
And who told you to torture the halfling?
I don't know. I'm just here to work.
You don't know who hired you?
Let me, one moment. And Gunther goes to dig through his stuff looking. I can't find it here. Do you know who's in charge here? I'm just a contractor.
That really made me laugh, Chris. Why don't you make me one more deception check here?
Okay, come on.
Deceive him.
This is a 13.
Not bad.
I'm gonna roll. A high roll is bad for you. A low roll is good for you. 5.
Yes.
Is that a high roll or a low roll, guys?
I think Doug and I run the numbers, and that's 5 is low on a D20. 5 is low.
I guess it depends on what you're referring to as low, or the comparison and everything like that.
Okay, the 3.
The Gnoll says,
The perimeter, of course.
That's right. Anyway, where's the magenta hair halfling pancake? or something.
Why don't you talk to the privateer first, and then we'll let you in.
All right, where are they?
The gnolls just point at the stepping stones leading up the stream.
I look back, kind of give a look at Doug for like confirmation to continue. Or wait, did they didn't hear that because it was that in weird language, abyssal? They didn't hear that. All right, I'll go forward and go to talk to the privateer.
Okay, and I assume everyone else follows?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think, we'd probably see Gunther doing that and follow him.
Okay. As you do so, all 4 gnolls that are stationed out here, all of their heads just turn and watch as you guys walk to the east to the stepping stones in the street.
I give a friendly wave, yeah.
Natty waves.
The 2 up top on the ship look at each other and laugh.
Why are you laughing?
Natty yells back, well, it was funny.
They don't say anything. So yeah, you head out to the east and you see a trail of stepping stones that appear to head northeast into the stream's current and slopes upstream to a small cavern.
I want to relay to the group while we're away what was said.
Okay, give me a taste of that. What do you tell them?
Well, I told them I'm here to torture. I lied good. Then they said that Pancake is in one of those prisoner spots, but we don't know which one. And they said to go talk to the privateer who is in charge.
So are we like your prisoners, or?
I think we're all torturing together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're specialized in my mind.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Are we within eyesight of those brigs as we approach?
I mean, you walked kind of by them, yeah, as you were, as Gunther was talking. You were kind of close, and then, as you walk by to the stepping stones to the east, you do walk pretty close to them.
Can I glance? I'm assuming if one's Pancake, do we recognize the other one?
Make a investigation check.
If it matters, I did say the name Pancake, so they might have
It's Pancake.
Or yeah, Pancake. If they'd heard their name, they might have looked.
13?
Yeah, you see one of them appears to be a halfling who has magenta hair and is missing half of their left leg. The other one appears to be a half gnoll, maybe human. Does not look familiar to you.
Okay.
Boys, I'm pretty sure based off the description that we know that's Pancake.
Should we go sneak around back in?
Sneak around back in?
Like, instead of go talk to Privateer, the boss, we go try and sneak into the ship, or we could go try to fool Privateer into thinking they hired us.
I feel like we're in for a fight if we try to convince someone that we're actually here to take them. Because I think that they would know maybe who they asked to help or not, and there'd be a dead giveaway. So maybe we should try to do it the sneaky way.
That's a good point.
Also, do we know if this is Pancake or the shapeshifter that is posing as Pancake?
Oh.
Because that's like a thing too, I don't know, Natty, what do you think? I feel like we're going to have to use your charisma maybe to talk to the privateer and get more information.
I feel like we should probably talk to the privateer, since if that is Pancake, they're in a prison that's literally being guarded by people we just talked to.
Yeah, okay. And in the spirit of transparency, being back on a ship, it's pretty weird, This has been a while. This is, I miss it, but I hate it. I don't know how to deal with these emotions.
Natty, maybe you could just go kind of wander up over to where Pancake is being held and maybe see if that's the real one. I feel like you got a good judge of character.
Sure. Sorry, that was John.
Sure. Or not. You're your own woman if you want to make your own decisions.
No, I'm hey, yes, sir. And Natty, if we walk down that path, do we get out of the view of the gnolls for a moment?
Yeah, you will eventually lose their line of sight as you enter the cavern.
Okay. What if, counter argument, what if we sneak our way towards where the privateer is? I get a look at the privateer, and then I go back as the privateer and do a little switcheroo.
That is a good idea.
I love that.
Natty, that is so smart. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing bad will happen with that,
No.
Nothing
Especially
at
with
all.
us here to help.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Doug puts a thumb up.
Also,
Go for it.
this is very important. Like, looking at the ship, like, how many miles to the gallon does this puppy get, you know?
Stop. Now I regret letting you go.
I think it's more miles to the galleon in this case.
That's very good. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Is there a way, Gus, for Natty to like peer around a corner and get a look at the privateer before being seen?
Yeah. Before I give any information, I need to take a stealth check from you.
Oh.
You got to take? You got to take?
It's that trade meme. I give you.
Yeah. You give me stealth check. I give you information. Maybe sword.
Well, Gus, that's a nat 20. Thank you very much. With a +3, so that's 23. Which means I'm going to roll bad for the charisma checks.
No way.
You stealthily sneak in, and luckily, what kind of works to your advantage is the sound of the water kind of over, like it's louder than your footsteps. So you're able to kind of sneakily, stealthily crouch up, crawl up and peek into the cavern. And inside, you see a small smoky cavern that appears to be very brightly lit. There's a rushing waterfall made of fire, or I guess a firefall. Ooh. And in the cavern, there's a 1-foot-high fire on the floor. And there's a raised circular platform in the middle of all this, made of red gemstone marked with blazing runes. On the platform, you see someone kneeling, talking with someone who appears to be inside the firefall itself.
Ooh. Okay, and they're the only person in the room?
Well, the person kneeling on the platform, and then the other person in the firefall.
Yeah, but the only person in the room is that person who's kneeling.
Yes.
Okay, do I see enough of them to turn into them?
Yes, but yeah.
Okay.
Gus kept it simple.
Thank you for your enthusiastic reply. Yeah, so now he turns into the privateer, or into that person, and hopes it's the privateer.
Let's go. Yeah.
You get a pretty good look at this person who's kneeling on the platform, and then as you look around, you recognize the creature inside the firefall.
Who's in demon Skype conversation?
The demon's Skype conversation is with none other than Infernus.
No!
Oh my gosh, they're They're long distance dating.
Find out the status if it's complicated or not on the next episode of Tales from the Stinky Dragon.
So are you going to turn into the big bad, Natty?
I mean,
that'd be cool.
I could. I think Infernus might be bigger than Natty.
Just a little.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. I had a lot of fun this episode. I love these kind of navigating dungeon episodes. But yeah, thanks a bunch. And don't forget, in the next episode of Second Wind, which you can get if you're a member of our Patreon at stinkydragonpod.com, or if you listen to the show on Beacon, I'll talk all about Sega and the Sega intro that they used to have all those years ago.
Man, I'm not in that recording. I don't get to talk about it.
And of course, we'll talk about this episode and, stuff that happened in it. But yeah, I know you really want to hear about Sega.
We could add you, John.
Beep, 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 beep,
Hey. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Sega!
Good.
Sega. Unleash the Infinites. 4 new radical shirt designs have just crash landed in the Stinky Dragon store. Bart, Gum Gum, Kyborg, and Mud are bursting onto the scene with their own vibrant tees straight from their animated adventures. Choose your favorite or snag all 4 and become a legendary collector. Or check out the Council of Barbarians merch. All your favorite barbarians in one place. Or our new prestidigitation. You know what I mean. Never say that dang magic spell again. Just mumble the word really fast and point to your shirt for reference. Find all that. Check out store.stinkydragonpod.com today and bring home the magic. New episodes of Tales from the Stinky Dragon premiere every other Wednesday, wherever you stream podcasts and on the Stinky Dragon YouTube channel. Want to listen to the show 48 hours early and ad-free? Become a patron at stinkydragonpod.com or become a member of Beacon at beacon.tv. Both memberships support the show and receive access to our exclusive bonus series, Second Wind, and a member-only Discord for their respective platforms. Become a patron and you get access to even more exclusive bonus content, Stinky Dragon community and Discord events, and get your name shouted out. Just like Strange Narwhal. I think all narwhals are a little strange. Jake Cordell, Broken Robot Girl, Manuel Wagner, and Katie Somerville. These patrons direct support the show and get ad-free episodes, access to our Patreon-only Discord server, bonus content like Second Wind and Behind the Screen, and much more. In fact, here's a quick peek from our episode 16, Second Wind.
I revealed his last name in the last episode. You didn't?
Did you?
No.
I was gonna say I have in my head that you specifically said Tolv is a share, a prince.
It's not Tolv Ironclad, is it?
I didn't say that.
Well, because we were talking a little about in this episode, like father figures and like who actually
So many
raised
dads.
you.
So
and,
many
like,
dads.
who's your
Tolv
dad.
and all his dads.
I don't know.
Because we learned of another
Bjorn.
father figure, Bjorn.
Yeah, I would address that outright because I didn't know how Micah and Gus would want me to navigate that. Because I wrote some very important figures in my past, and I was like, "Am I allowed to say this? Am I allowed to give this information?"
So I feel like we should address actually that aspect of our show, which I think you're a prime candidate for this discussion, Blaine. There's moments where character reveals or character lore or character development happens. And I wonder where you come from of the worry of saying too much. Because it seems to be a concern, and I want to understand that concern. I think the audience would be curious about that concern.
There's a lot of information I'm willing to share. I feel like Tolv is an open book for the most part, but there's stuff that I feel like needs to be revealed in a storytelling fashion. It needs to be shown. What's the show not tell is like, that's like the old adage with writing.
Show not tell on an audio podcast. Yes.
And I understand like, show not tell, it's an audio podcast and stuff like, but there are like story elements. There are like beats that like, I feel like we want to hit as a narrative before those things. Otherwise it's just like coming out and it's like, hey, I'm Gunther. I killed my whole family. What up? Like, it's like, it would be cooler if like, that's Gunther. That's the guy that committed the murder of whatever. And then we're like, Gunther, what's the murder of whatever? And then, and like, I want it to kind of come out like that. Like, I want it to not just feed the audience the information. I would like for them to have a few episodes where they come up with some speculation and they might craft it. It's like Severance. Severance didn't come out right and say, this is what this is and that. And I think that that's a fun way of storytelling. There's been a couple times where like, I think now I'm more caught up to speed on how this will play out. And I'm very excited about it.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to reveal too much.
Give me and John the inside scoop, Blaine.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just me, Barb, and the Patreon audience that gets to listen to this, and the Beacon audience that gets to listen to this episode.
Again, that's stinkydragonpod.com. We can't thank you enough for your support that lets us make this show. A number of incredible voice actors lent their voice to the show, including Private Parts, voiced by Ben Ernst at Halcyon_Ben. Patrol Knoll 1 is voiced by Dean Chenoweth at Chenoweth on Twitch. Patrol Knoll 2 voiced by Jeremy Schlierf, I hope I said that right, at Sleepy Shaman. Knoll Bookkeeper voiced by Colin Parker at Colin M. Parker. Knoll Guard 1 voiced by Patrick at Rhaegar. And Knoll Guard 2 voiced by Carolyn at It's a Small World. This week's arrow question submitted by TGA Scythe. And this episode of Tales from the Stinky Dragon was produced by Ben Ernst, written, editing, composed by Micah Reisinger, with additional editing work by Catherine Arnold and David Saunier. Tune in next time for another thrilling episode of Tales from the Stinky Dragon. You get a pretty good look at this person who's kneeling on the platform.
Man, he shoots him. Just kidding. Just kidding. That was for me. That was one for me.